Hi everybody, welcome to the third round of the Vtracc challenge. Sorry about that. I had a bit of technical difficulties getting the session live, as you can see. So a bit of a little mistake there. My bad. But you've joined us with only 6 minutes ago in qualifying. At the moment, Icer Ambra is leading the field with a 155.280. Ivano Chensoy in silver with a 157.272, and Zen is leading the Anfield at 158.955. However, it looks like Lucas Lichten is making a challenge for the head of the pro field coming up from the Schumacher X's. It looks like Psycho Kaiza is still the closest to Icer Ambra here. Lucas Lichten in his new livery, the Team Iris Doki Bird livery, honoring Doki Bird. Now coming up to the chicane. Ooh, Lucas Lichten gets very loose, spins out on the chicane, gets the car super upset. You really don't want to do that. We'll take a look at Psycho Kaiza, who is on a flyer as well, flashing the headlights. Probably somebody else ahead of them. I don't see anybody ahead of them actually, so probably just flashing lights by mistake. Let's take a look at the standings real quick before qualifying ends. As you see here, Mirai United VTuber Racing Team at the top of the standings with 78 points teams overall. However, with Akito Asuzagawa not here today, this might change. Grip Razu, both drivers are not here today. They have 76 points and are second in the team standings. We'll see how that changes. Tokyo Burst Racing has 67 points with Akiyama Kirihara and Seiko Kaiza. Both drivers are here, so they might be able to gain a bit of points on the leader. And Team Iris is 63 with Lucas Lichten and Jordan Brunch. Jordan Brunch also not here, so we'll see if Lucas Lichten will carry the burden and give that team a bit of a points gain. Go back to qualifying here. Psycho Kaiza still on his flyer. His lap actually wasn't validated, so we'll have to go back to another driver who was on a flyer here. Lucas Lichten was struggling to get up to speed in the NSX, had that spin in the chicane if you didn't notice, so and the champion from last season, obviously with the #1 car, and Doki Bird holding the #1 trophy, really showing off that championship sort of pedigree. So he wants to have something to prove it. He's 3 seconds and 2/10 back from the Icer Amber's pole time. Icer Amber's been very dominant today with a great time. However, we'll see if they're able to keep it up in the race, because we've seen that during the race, Icer Amber has made some pretty big mistakes and has lost the lead and has been putting up some pretty disappointing results. They're very sure that they want to improve on that. Was here. This is where Lucas Lichten lost his car last time around. Looks like he's able to get there without any drama. Going through the final corner. Lucas Lichten across the line. It's Moritz hiccup back there. Lucas Lichten with a 157.177, so definitely want to go a bit faster for him. Moritz hiccup across the line, no improvement. Take a look at Riska Kyosu, who is on an improved lap here. Up 3/10, 2/10? 2/10 after that corner. Icer Amp is still looking to go faster here, but we'll keep an eye on Riska Kyosu in the #13. We are United VTuber Racing Team Audi R8 Evo. Quite a mouthful. Gets a little loose out of the chicane. Pretty easy to lose the car there. That's going to be an improvement, but it's not going to be enough to jump Psycho Kaiza in the standings. It's going to be a 156.497. I'll take a look at Psycho Kaiza as he goes through the chicane. No drama there. That was Maya Neko off in the grass. Psycho Kaiza, not enough to jump Icer Amber for the pole position. He will get closer though. That's going to be 155.930, so another driver in the 55 range. However, Icer Amber is still well ahead in the pole position. Goofy Pillow with an improvement. At the moment, Ivano Chensoy still holds the pole for the silver class, ahead of 3 pro drivers even, so great pace from the Wild Things Racing driver. The new Wild Things Racing driver, perhaps a new change in scenery helping him a lot. Goofy Pillow coming across the final corner now. We'll see what time they put down. That's going to be a 158.350, so they will jump Ryoma Kirihara for second place in silver class. Ryoma Kirihara also on a flyer. We'll go through the rest of the field once more. Icer Amber still in pole position for pro, then Psycho Kaiza, Riska Kyoso for the top 3 in pro. Ivano Chensoy, Goofy Pillow, and Ryoma Kirihara is how they run at the moment for the silver class. Zen, iMetric Zanes, and Faro Okami in AM. Well, Ryoma Kirihara gets really loose there in the Schumacher S's. Still a big improvement from where they are at the moment, though, so definitely going to jump Goofy Pillow if they keep this up. And maybe a few pro drivers. Big story, though, is Lucas Lichten trying to get up to pace to get ahead of Ivano Chensoy, and Ivano Chensoy is well up ahead in the overall standings. Do the final chicane now as the qualifying session ends. iMetric Zanes is the first driver to finish their session. This is going to be a big improvement for Ryoma Kirihara. A 2nd and 7/10 of an improvement. Maybe it's enough to jump Ivano Chensoy. It is. So he's going to jump Chensoy at the last moment with a 156.735. So he grabs the pole position in silver class. Looks like Psycho Kaiza has posted his best lap time. That's not going to be enough. Icer Amber is going to further improve with a 154.952. So that is a pretty convincing pole position. Lucas Lichten, unfortunately, invalidates his lap, so he's going to be starting all the way in 4th, 6th overall behind 2 silver drivers. So a big surprise there for the current championship leader and the reigning champion from last season. Going through the final chicane. I'm not sure if this is going to be any consolation for him, but he's still just trying to get the his car driving all right. See, now finally into the race session. Excuse me, as looks like my video game has maybe bugged out a little bit. But at the moment, here are your starting positions for today's event for the 3rd round of the Vtracc challenge presented by tracc.eu and powered by the SimGrid. So in pole position, that'll be Icer Ambra in the number 93 720S. Psycho Kaiza will start along them. Riska Kyoso in 3rd position. The first driver in silver, that'll be Ryoma Kirihara. Ivano Chensoy in 5th. Second in silver in the new Wild Things Racing 992. Lucas Lichten starting from 6th overall. And it's Kagura Mashiro, Moritz Hiccup, Goofy Pillow, Zen, who is the first driver in AM class. iMetric Zanes will start 2nd in AM. Faro Okami will follow along. Ryoma Tateyama, and that is 4th. Yes, that is 4th. And Mayoneka will round out the grid in the 14th position overall. So as the drivers turn on their cars, get the ignition on, and turn on the starter, we will get going here for the formation lap, making sure all the tires are warmed up, everything, the brakes are up to temperature, tires up to their pressures, but it's still not going to be enough for the start. You're still going to have to maybe give them a lap or so. And here we go for the first of 2 races for today's round. Icer Amber, the first to pull away from the grid. The Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit, very different circuit from the actual, well, not the actual, but the Nordschleife, the Nürburgring that people are most familiar with. Very technical, especially with the addition of the arena circuit, which has been added at the turn of the millennium. It's a sort of love it or hate it part of the circuit. But coming into turn 1 is going to be the most interesting, since you are coming from very high speeds to an almost standstill to go into a very tight hairpin. And drivers really can try and go 5 wide as possible, but it's up to them whether there ends in tragedy or everybody gets around there safely. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. We have some notable absentees in this race. We have, I believe, Akito Suzugawa out for this race, as well as DJ Overdrive. So both pretty big contenders for the win here in points positions are going to have to use this round as a drop round, and everybody else is going to be scrambling for points, as I believe Lucas Lichten's in the pits. So, unfortunately for Lucas Lichten, looks like it's going to be a pit start for him, for the current championship leader. We'll see if he's able to recover at least any positions here. We'll take a look at the AM pole sitter. That is Zen-Q. Zen-Q with a great poles position. A great showing, I believe, after, I'm not sure if, they were in there the last round, but Zen already with a great showing in the Aston Martin. We'll see if they're able to hold it up. Take a look at the silver pole sitter. That is Ryoma Kirihara. Ryoma Kirihara has been very strong on silver, been able to hold it to the pro drivers, but sometimes a little inconsistent. Hopefully they will be looking into further improve this race and bring some more points in for the Technoburst Racing drivers. Psycho Kaiser looking to snag the first position and sort of hold it off from a very fast Icer Amber. However, it's going to be a question of how fast Icer Amber is going to be in the race, because we've seen Icer Amber make a few mistakes in the wet in Indianapolis. However, thankfully it is completely dry for them. So now as we go double file into the chicane, track condition is still fast, so it's going to be interesting to see how they all handle this track condition. Double file going into the chicane, very fast chicane. You got to be very careful not to upset the bounce of the car throughout here, especially when you're racing with another driver 2x2. Definitely want to go single file. So now down to the final corner, gonna have to keep it to 70 kilometers an hour once you get to the straight. You see on the right-hand lane, now the left-hand lane, two Technoburst drivers nose to tail. Now coming to the start-finish. Now to a crawl, waiting for the green flag. There we go, the green flag's out. Icer Amber leads the way. Psycho Kaisa and Riska Kyoso side by side. Icer Amber pretty much convincingly ahead of the pack here. Riska Kyoso will slot in behind, going nearly 3 wide behind there. And Moritz with a huge dive, an absolutely massive dive. Gets around Ivano Chensoi. You see Kagura Mashiro. Oh, Kagura Mashiro makes contact with Faro Okami. Forces them wide, and Faro Okami is going to spin around. And Poofy Pillows around, makes contact. Oh my goodness, already carnage. Lucas Lichten starting from the pits, having to make up all that ground. Meanwhile, at the head of the field, Icer Amber still leads ahead of Riska. Actually, Riska Kyoso gained a lot of ground. Looks like he's got around Psycho Kaisa. Take a look at Psycho Kaisa, who is in third. Lost a position at the start there. Moritz looking to gain even more spots here. Just tucked in behind the silver class leader of Ryoma Kirihara. Gonna have to be very careful. Ooh, dive bomb. Oh my goodness. Gets into the rear of Ryoma Kirihara, I believe. Not quite. It looks like it's all okay for now. But Moritz definitely very aggressive on the start. Looking to get a podium position. And not lose any more time to the front runners here. Ivano Chensoi right behind. As a Zen Q, who is the leader in AM, with iMagic Zanes following not too far behind. Then you see Kagura Mashiro after that little bit of drama at the start. Take a look back at Ryoma Kirihara and Moritz Hiccup. Actually, no, we'll take a look at the head of the field between Reska Kyoso and Icer Ambra, because Icer Ambra's lost a little bit of pace coming to the start here. Actually, Psycho Kaiza is back on Reska Kyoso's rear bumper. Psycho Kaiza looking for that second position back. Using the toe, coming to the second lap onto the straight. Turn 1 might be a big opportunity to make a big dive. You never know from the psychopath. Looking to the inside might make it happen. Too far back. He will sort of, ooh. Reska Kyoso goes in a bit too hot, nearly gets into the rear of Icer Ambra, and that'll give Icer Ambra a bit of time to scurry away with the lead. Lucas Licton still at the rear of the field. You see, Psycho Kaiza is just ever so hungry for that second spot. Right behind you to see Ryoma Kirihara, and Moritsuka has lost a bit of time. Ivano Chinsoi lurking in the background. Coming up to the south end part of the circuit, the Psycho Kaiza is still glued onto the rear of that Audi R8, but the Psycho Kaiza has better braking. But Reska Kyoso just hanging on as much as he can to that second position. Meanwhile, Icer Ambra is rubbing their hands together, hoping they battle more so they can run away with the win here. Meanwhile, looks like Ryoma Kirihara, Psycho Kaiza's teammate, is catching up to this battle here. Meanwhile, we take a look at the battle for AM class lead. Actually, that lead has dropped a bit, so we'll stay close to this pro second place battle. Meanwhile, at the rear of the field, looks like Lucas Licton is picking off a few back markers. Ooh, sort of shoulder checks for Okami. Trying to get through the field as fast as he can. Take a look back at Psycho Kaiza and Reska Kyoso. Ryoma Kirihara definitely catching. Ryoma Kirihara had a big advantage in the braking there. Looks like Psycho Kaiza has pretty much closed the gap to the Audi driver. So it's going to be a case of mid-engine versus front-engine, as mid-engine at the front of the field has just pulled away to almost a 2-second gap. So in the end, it's a mid-engine dominant field. The Psycho Kaiza wants to be the first of the front-engine vehicles. Psycho Kaiza still just keeps posted on Reska Kyoso's rear bumper. Just waiting for Reska to make a mistake or to leave an opening somewhere. With 5 minutes passed in the race already, it's still a lot of race to go, but a lot of action's already happened. Looks like behind there we see Ivano Chinsoi and Moritsuka battling. This is not for position in their class, but this is for overall. Ivano Chinsoi tries to go to the outside, and now to the inside for a switchback. However, Moritsuka closes the door, so Ivano Chinsoi still stay in 6th overall and 2nd in silver. Ivano Chinsoi definitely wanting to catch up to Ryoma Kirihara, who is 1st in silver. Take a look back at the battle for 2nd in pro. You see there, Icer Ambra with a pretty sizable gap. That's going to be almost a 3-second gap now. So Icer Ambra running away with a lead and potentially race 1 win. We'll see if they're able to keep up the momentum. Reska Kyoso seems to have put a bit of a gap between him and Psycho Kaiza. Then Psycho Kaiza might soon fall into the grasps of Ryoma Kirihara. As see here, Ivano Chinsoi lost a bit of time to Moritsuka. Let's take a look at the rest of the grid. Here we are, Faro Okami battling with Ufi Pillow. Ufifilla looking to get around the AM class driver of Faro Okami. Right ahead of Faro Okami, that is Ryuma Tatsuyama. Ryuma Tatsuyama, a winner in round 1 of the Vtracc challenge and race 2 at Laguna Seca after a great strategy call to keep on the wets and just hold on for your dear life. Another story here between Lucas Lichten and Imenchuk Zanes. Imenchuk Zanes just trying to hang on to that overall position. Actually, he'll just let him pass. Gets into the sand. I'm not sure he intended that though. So now it's going to be for position in the pro class between Lucas Lichten and Kagura Mashiro. Looks like Lucas Lichten's been really struggling with the handling of the car. Kagura Mashiro has been sort of a bit chaotic on the starts. Always found themselves in trouble, so hopefully they'll be able to recover themselves a bit and have a good sort of good end to their race. 1. We'll take a look back at Psycho Kaisa and Riska Kyoso. This battle still raging on, and Ryomi Kirihara is getting ever so closer. Psycho Kaisa goes a bit too wide in the entry of that corner. Clips a bit of the grass. Ryomi Kirihara now just playing as tail gunner, but nobody behind Kirihara, so Kirihara probably looking to even pass his teammate. Either that or pull either pull a double pass on Riska Kyoso if the opportunity presents itself. You know, Alvaro Cento is once again got into the rear of Moritz Hiccup. So the McLaren driver better watch out here, because Chenso has a lot of pace today. Now coming up to the Schumacher S's. Pretty hard part of the circuit. Some drivers may need a lift, some drivers can take it full throttle. Chenso using as much as the track to keep as much momentum going. Oh, Moritz Hiccup goes sideways. That might give Chenso an opportunity. Oh, where Hiccup goes sideways again. So Hiccup may be struggling with the rear tires, getting them really hot. Might be the opportunity that Shinsoi needs to get past. Take a look back at Psycho Kaisa and Riska Kyoso. There's still a stalemate between these two. Now back to Moritz Hiccup and Chensoi. Chensoi just looking for any way past. Psycho Kaisa may make the move here. No, thinks better of it. We'll see if Chensoi makes the move, though. He will. He's going to stick to the inside, hard in the braking. But Moritz Hiccup is going to have the sort of the momentum you get with tracking out wide. And Psycho Kaisa has made the move coming into this corner here in the arena. Though Riska Kyoso still has another chance to grab it back. Exiting the arena, now it looks like Psycho Kaisa is ahead of Riska Kyoso. Riska Kyoso still with another chance to bounce back, though, as Ryoma Kirihara now making it a Techno Burst sandwich. Looks like Psycho Kaisa has a bit of pace to pull away. Riska Kyoso trying his best to keep with him, though. Looks like Ryoma Kirihara is looking at itching to get past. Chensoi now side by side again coming to Schumacher. Says, well, anybody sort of... Oh my gosh, nobody's going to back down. It made contact and Chensoi is in the sand. And now Ryoma Kirihara side by side with Riska Kyoso. Riska Kyoso wins that battle for now, so we'll keep Kirihara behind him. However, Psycho Kaisa is now pulling away, making a bigger gap. That gap's now widened to a second. Ooh, Ryoma Kirihara was way too hot coming in that corner. That might give Chensoi a chance to catch up here, if Chensoi can get past Moritz hiccup at any point during the race. Take a look at the rest of the grid. Kaguramashu has gotten past the AM class leader of Zen-Q. So now caught up to the back of, I believe, well, not caught up to the back, but closer to Lucas Lichten now, who is in 7th overall and 6th, or I believe, yeah, that is 5th in class. So at the moment, things are a bit strung out now. Gives us a bit of time to catch our breaths here. So if you look at the rest of the grid now, we see Moritz Hiccup, who is battling with Shensoi. They are 3rd in class. Lucas Lichten, after having to climb up through the field, is now 5th in class, I believe. Yes, I said 5th before. Shinsoi just add in 2nd in silver. Kaguramashu, the last of the silver class drivers. Zen Q still leading in AM. I mentioned Zane's holding down 2nd. Ahead of Ryoma Tateyama in 3rd. Then it's Farah Okami with some damage in the front end of their 720S from the start of the race. Then it's Maya Neko in 13th overall. Poofy Pillow rounding out the grid in 14th overall. We'll take a look at Ryoma Kirihara. Ryoma Kirihara has been showing some great pace this season. Been able to hang with the pro drivers. See Moritz up there in the background, and able to pull a bit of a gap to Moritz up. As the ahead, looks like Psycho Kaiser has pulled up a pretty big gap to Reska Kyoso now, but not as big as Icer Ambra at the head of the field, now entering the final 2 corners of the arena section. Just been dominant the whole race. Just posted their best lap time at 1:55.317. So great performance from Icer Ambra. Definitely a big improvement from Indianapolis. Wanted to show their vengeance. Meanwhile, Psycho Kaiser was in the 155s as well this last lap, so Psycho Kaiser and Icer Ambra definitely the class of the field so far. And Reska Kyoso just in 3rd, having to sort of hold on to that 3rd position. Meanwhile, it looks like Ryoma Kirihara has been catching back up. I believe Ryoma Kirihara has the last lap time of 1:57.950, so they might have made a bit of a mistake there. Meanwhile, Shensoi is cut up back to the rear of Moritz Hiccup, just about a second or so, give or take. Moritz Hiccup maybe is struggling for pace a little bit, and Shensoi wants to sort of at least have one more overall position to his name, as there's 10 minutes left in race 1. So not a lot of time left for anybody to make a move, or make up any gaps or positions, as Icer Ambra still pulls out a big gap to the rest of the field. Zen Q is still the lead in AM by a pretty good margin too, about 7.5 seconds. So good showing from Zen. Going to the chicane now, looks like Shensoi is able to go through there pretty unscathed. Really scary part of the track to go super fast in. Really push. And Shensoi has now closed the gap to Moritz Hiccup, so now he's going to try again. And just posted his best lap time in the session, 1:56.610. Take a look at Moritz Hiccup's last lap time, 1:57.630, so a second faster than the 5th place driver overall. So this is going to be interesting to see how he gets around the McLaren driver. As you can tell, the McLaren ahead is not the Evo version still. It is still the regular base model. Moritz Hiccup is still really, really loyal to that specific car. Shensoi definitely gaining a lot of ground on this lap. It's very clear as the track state is now optimum. It's definitely going to see the best lap of the race go down at this point of this race. Let's ride on board with Shinsoi. As I see all the onboard pictures, the sun is coming up, so that might change a lot about the track conditions. Very hot, 30 degrees Celsius, and the track is 30 degrees Celsius as well, so all the tires probably heating up. Oh, Chensoi nearly gets into the rear of Moritz Hiccup. That would have been a disaster. We'll have to see what happened there. Ooh, just misses his braking point by a huge margin. Thankfully, doesn't get any closer to Hiccup there, because if he did, it would have been a huge accident. As ACC has a bit of a moment there. Either way, no harm, no foul. Looks like Ryoma Kirihara is the next driver to challenge Resuka Kyoso, though, and the silver class leader wants an overall podium. Psycho Kaiser has posted his best lap time of the session with a 156.122. However, it is not as fast at the moment as Icer Amber with a 155.652. And Psycho Kaiser is the second fastest driver in the field at the moment. Looks like Ryobe Kirihara has closed the gap, is now is able to make a move on Resuka Kyoso at any point he can. We'll see, maybe a bit too far into turn 1. Yeah, too much of a gap here, unless Ryoma Kirihara really wants to try for it here. Gonna have way better braking compared to Resuka Kyoso, so he manages to close up that gap, or it's still not enough to get side by side. So we have two silver drivers battling a pro driver here. That is Ryoma Kirihara and Ivano Chensoi, battling both Resuka Kyoso and Moritz Hiccup. Icer Amber was pulled up nearly a 10-second lead to Psycho Kaiser, so Icer Amber definitely with a dominant performance today. Ryoma Kirihara definitely goes wide of the apex there. And he takes a bit of a late apex here, trying to get a lot of exit speed, but Resuka Kyoso is able to pull away a bit as you see the sun sort of rising over the circuit. Will definitely affect track temperatures. Do the Schumacher as is now Ryoma Kirihara climbs to the outside curve to try and use as much of the track as possible. Now onto the final sector of the circuit. Looks like Resuka Kyoso got a little bit loose on the exit, had to wiggle the car and maybe do a bit of corrective steering there. Might have lost a bit of speed on the exit. Kirihara turns off his lights now, doesn't really need them. Not really mandated now that the sun's out. But turns them back on. Might be doing some initial D-strats here, though I'm not sure if it's effective since there's still light out. So now only 3.5 minutes left in the session. That's probably going to be like 2 laps to go. Kirihara really trying his best Did you do anything to get past Reska Kyoso in 3rd overall? Now into the arena section once more. Looks like Ryoma Kirihara decided to actually turn off his lights this time. Kirihara is just really desperately looking to join his teammate on the podium for race 1. Gets to the sand, so that's not gonna help. So still, Reska Kyoso holds on into that overall podium position, but either way, Ryoma Kirihara is gonna run away with a win here unless something dramatic happens. And in case of that, Chensoi isn't too far behind. The rear of the Audi just getting loose on that turn every lap. Track temperature is probably getting to Reska Kyoso, as I believe we're almost at the final lap here. I believe this will be the final lap. Nice ramp across the line, so one more to go, I believe. Ryoma Kirihara goes very wide into the entry of that corner. Let's also take a look at Chensoi and Hiccup. Chensoi has just been itching to get past this McLaren. Coming to turn 1. No big dive yet. Too far to do it. Now into the arena section for what is potentially the final time. Oh my goodness, Ryoma Kirihara does a huge slide coming into that corner. Oh, what's happened to Reska Kyoso? Reska Kyoso basically just handed over Kirihara that overall podium. Reska Kyoso maybe broke too early there, and that gave Ryoma Kirihara the ability to just slip on past. Great move from Kirihara to take advantage. But Reska Kyoso is probably going to be kicking himself for doing that. Ryoma Kirihara is just going to waltz away with that podium position, so that's potentially going to be double podium for Team Technoburst, and that's going to give them a huge points boost in the standings. Meanwhile, we have Chensoi, and that is Lucas Lichten, who is caught up to the rear of Chensoi now. Icer Amber will cross the line, and they will be your race 1 winner. We'll take a look back at the battle for 5th overall. Lucas Lichten now is tightly on the back of Chensoi. Will Lucas Lichten make a desperate maneuver on the outside? This might be a... Oh my goodness, what a move by Lucas Lichten. Only able to make it stick. It's going to be very close to the line. He's able to grab just 6th overall, just right at the last moment, at the dying embers of the race. What a move around the outside from Lucas Lichten. We'll have to take a look at that once again. Take a look at this. Wow. Lucas Lichten just sticking it on the outside, not allowing Ivano Chensoi to track out wide to get the speed on the exit. Just takes advantage and just ekes out Chensoi for the final spot. What a maneuver. Lucas Lichten, who unfortunately had to start from the pits. As you see the final podium positions now crossing the line. Zen Q is going to win in AM. Metric Zane 2nd in AM, and Rima Tatsuyama is now in 3rd. So Icer Amber, your race 1 winner. Ryuma Kirihara comes away with the podium and the silver class win. So already a great showing from Icer Ambra. We'll see if they are able to redo it again here. There are now the official results. So now we do it all over again for race 2. And if you needed any reminding of the qualifying results, here they are. So Icer Emperor was on the pole position. Then it is Psycho Kaiza, Reska Kyoso, Ryuma Kirihara, Ivano Chensoi, Lucas Lichten, Kagura Mashiro, Moritsuka, Puffy Pello, Zen Q, Iometric Zanes, Faru Okami, Ryuma Tateyama, and Maya Neko. So now getting ready for race 2 of the session. Another 25-minute race, now 8 o'clock in the morning, so definitely going to be a bit hotter. Going to be a lot more sun out. Take a bit of a breather here, because as always, Vtracc Challenge is one of the most exciting races to watch, exciting racing series to watch in Assetto Corsa. Competizione. Always great to see your favorite VTubers take the track. VTubers. Either way, story of race 2. Will Icer Amber be able to replicate their dominant race win? Will Psycho Kaiza be able to make a charge for the lead here? And will Reska Kyoso be looking for vengeance to take back that overall podium position from Ryuma Kirihara? And will Chensoi be able to mount a challenge for their silver class win? Will Zen Q be able to run away with the AM class win? As we get set for another race here, another 25 minutes. The sun now peeking out over the horizon. So that will probably change track conditions. Track is now optimum, so everybody's going to go for broke on the first lap compared to last time out where the track conditions were only fast. Big story will be Lucas Lichten, and we'll see how Lucas Lichten will do, especially not starting from the pits. Not sure what happened to Lucas Lichten on the last race, but looking to improve on his position in the Doki Bird NSX. Ivano Chensoi with great pace in race 1. Will he be able to keep it up for race 2? Kirihara as well. And Metric Zane's been doing a great job. We'll see if he's able to make a challenge for Zen Q's AM winning spot. Take a look back at the head of the field. A long formation lap here. Probably adding to the tension of the drivers in their respective vehicles. Now the track temp has gone up by 1 degree, so definitely getting hotter. The pace of the race might slow down a bit, and the dynamic might change. So we might see a lot more drivers kicking out those rear tires, getting them really hot. As a slew of GT3 machinery comes over the crest out of Schumacher S's, VTubers from all over the globe, from all walks of life, all come together to race against one another. Will Icer Amber be able to replicate their dominant performance in race 2? And will Psycho Kaiza be able to mount any challenge? Now they go double file into the chicane. Once again, Techno Burst racing cars nose to tail on that outside lane. Now slowing down to a crawl. 14 strong field coming around the final corner onto the front stretch, getting ready for the second race of round 3 of the Vtracc Challenge, powered by Tracc, well, brought to you by tracc.eu. Coming to a crawl here. Here we go, waiting for the green flag. Ryuba Tatsuyama weaving the tires, getting them all warmed up. Green flag. Icer Amber gets underway. Looks like Psycho Kaiza will be able to get a good jump on Icer Amber to the outside. Reska Kyoso got a great jump. We'll have to slot in behind Icer Amber, though. It's carnage. 3 wide in the field here. Ooh, Ivano Chensoi nearly gets tapped there. And we have a car going off. That is Zen Q, the race 1 winner in AM. Now just mining the back of the field. Have to make his way back up. Make their way back up, excuse me. So now Icer Amber leading the field. It's going to be Reska Kyoso, then Psycho Kaiza running out the top 3. Then it's Ryoma Kirihara. Lucas Licken made up a few positions there. Then it's more Tsuka, Ivano Chensoi, and oh my goodness, Ryoma Tatsuyama with a big dive. Tatsuyama looking to make the most out of that opportunity there. But Ryoma Tatsuyama gets stuck on the outside lane, and Magic Zanes makes the challenge for the race lead here in AM. Take a look at the head of the field. Icer Amber has pulled away a big gap already to Reska Kyoso. Reska Kyoso has a great start in both races. Then it's going to be Psycho Kaiza, Ryoma Kirihara, and Lucas Lichten already making a move on Kirihara, or looking to make a move rather. Then it's going to be more Tsuka, Chensoi, Kagura Mashiro, Poofy Pillow. Zane still in the lead of AM. Then it's Tatsuyama. The Zen Q already making a recovery drive here. And now, once again, this battle is heating up between Psycho Kaiza and Reska Kyoso. Meanwhile, Icer Amber is able to pull away from the field, and Lucas Lichten makes a move on the inside to Kirihara. Lucas Lichten is able to just comfortably slide past here. We'll see if Kirihara has any response. Lucas Lichten covering the inside as much as he can, but Kirihara staying in a tow. Will Kirihara break as late as he can to get the position back on the outside? Might force Lucas Lichten to not use any of the track. No, Lucas Lichten slots in ahead, is able to keep that 4th position overall, and now will be under fire from Moritz Hiccup. Meanwhile, Reska Kyoso still hanging on to that 2nd position. Will it be a repeat of last race where Psycho Kaiza was able to slip past? Or will Reska Kyoso learn some lessons and be able to hang? Actually, he's hanging with Icer Amber. Icer Amber's a bit slower this race. A bit slower to start, not able to pull away as much as they have in race 1. Looks like Ryoma Kirihara is stuck behind the NSX of Lucas Lichten and the Doki Bird NSX. Chensoi not with a good start there. This has a big gap to Hiccup. Kirihara might, oh yeah, makes a pretty good move on Lucas Lichten. Lucas Lichten lost a lot of pace there. And Moritz Hiccup's gonna try and stick his nose in there. Lucas Lichten, though, is able to hold on. We'll get to work on getting that position back from Kirihara. That's allowed Chensoi to gain that gap back. Kagura Mashiro in 8th overall, getting a better start here. Poofy Pillow as well. And Magic Zane's leading the way in AM. Great result at the moment. Tatsuyama in 2nd. Then it's Zen Q already back in 3rd. So the race one's not out of their grasp yet. Ooh, Lucas looking to make another move on Kirihara. Oh my goodness. That is... Moritz Hiccup went super wide there. We're gonna have to see what happened there. Very strange. Might be a hardware failure, if anything. And yeah, that is going to be Moritz Hiccup retired from the race. Or at least disconnected for now. But that was a very strange moment there. Either way, we have... Looks like Chensoy up to 6 now. And Lucas Lichten not able to get past Kirihara whatsoever. There's a lot to look out for here in this race. And it looks like ZenQ has gotten past Ryuma Tateyama, so ZenQ is already back to 2nd in AM. Looking to gain a bit of time on iMetric Zanes. Lucas Lichten still searches for a way past the Team Technoburst Racing Aston Martin of Kirihara. And there's a yellow flag on the circuit. That is Ryuma Tateyama. Stop the Ryuma. Oh no, Ryuma had damage. Unfortunately for the Nissan GTR loyalist, they will be stuck in the pits, had a tow. Unfortunate for them. Meanwhile, Lucas Lichten following Kirihara in the tow. He's going to get the better of each other coming into turn 1. As Lichten, yes, Lucas gets the switchback, though he's stuck on the outside. Will he be able to make a move here? No, Kirihara blocks off any progress. So it's a dogfight here for 4th overall. Meanwhile, Chensoy just lurking in the background, looking to make up ground with these two drivers battling. And Psycho Kaiza. What happened to Psycho? Oh my goodness, Psycho's got into the back of Reska Kyoso. Reska Kyoso just sent into the gravel trap. Looks like he was waiting for Reska to get past here. And now Reska Kyoso is now mired back in 5th position. Still in podium for the Pro Class, but you want more than that. Chensoy is able to slot past in 4th. And Lucas Lichten is now 3rd overall. 2nd in Pro. Ryuma Kirihara is 2nd overall, which is great for him. Will Lucas Lichten be able to slay the dragon here, though? As Icer Ambra is well ahead, once again. There's another yellow flag on the circuit, not sure what for. That's Chensoy. Well, oh my god, a big stack up here. What's going on here? Oh, it's all going on around here. Poopy Pillow, and I believe that's Kagura Machiro got past these two drivers as well. You have to see what went on here. Oh, Reska Kyoso just misjudged what was going on. And just carnage. Absolute carnage coming up to them here. A little bit of a door bang. So not a great start for these two drivers here. Flashing a light to apologize. And now Poofy Pillow, I believe, moves ahead of Chensoy for 2nd place in silver. And now it's just an absolute dogfight here. Oh my goodness, Kagura Mashiro gets into the rear of Reska Kyoso now. Kakadomasho does not relinquish the position, so that might be a penalty coming their way. Looks like Psycho Kaiser gonna make a move on Kakadomasho here. Now I think it's better of it. Somebody in the sand. Yes, that is Ano Chinsoi in the sand. Kakadomasho. Oh, they're trying to go side by side. Wow, just an absolute takeout there. Yeah, let's take a look at that. I'm not sure whether that was for Reska Kyoso or whether something actually happened between the two, but to me, that looked actually pretty blatant. The stewards are gonna have to figure that out, but looks like Kakadomasho won't lose too much time, but might be controversial to the stewards. Lucas Lichten now side by side into coming out of turn 1 into the arena. Lucas Lichten struggling to get past Ryoma Kirihara. Actually, check me on that. No! Oh my goodness, there's so— oh no! Oh my goodness, they both get turned around to the tire barriers. And that is just heartbreak for Kirihara. It's all happening here. Oh, that might have just been a racing incident there. Lucas Lichten just fighting for any space he can on the racetrack, and Kirihara looking to get back on track, trying to get that position back, and that'll promote Poopy Pillow to 3rd overall. Meanwhile, it is between Psycho Kaiser and Reska Kyoso once again, as Kirihara looks like has dropped all the way down to 5th position, and last in silver. Race 2 definitely been more chaotic than the first race. Reska Kyoso making a looking to make a move on Ryoma Kirihara. Mixed up my words there, but nothing doing. It's now a Kirihara train. I mentioned Zane still in the lead of Am back there. Now, oh, Psycho Kaiser looking to make a gutsy move in the chicane, backs out of it. Good idea. Gonna lose a lot of time though. Reska Kyoso not close enough to make any move on Kirihara, so we'll stay slotted behind the Aston Martin. Into the arena section once again. Catching to the rear of Chinso, I believe, and Poofy Pillow. So Silver Class is definitely going to get very interesting here. You see Zen Q actually catching up. We'll take a look at Zen Q catching up to the rear of Mashiro and potentially Magic Zanes. This battle still rages on. All drivers climbing on the outside curb to use as much of the track as possible. You see Poofy Pillow there on the closest side of your screen. Psycho Kaiser side by side with Reska Kyoso. They bang doors. It's getting aggressive here for 2nd or 3rd place in Pro. As a train is gonna begin to form here with Poofy Pillow at the head. You see there Poofy Pillow getting caught by Ivano Chensoi. Chensoi just lurking, creeping Ryuma Kirihara right there behind him. Will Chensoi be able to make a move here? Might be able to close his onto the rear. No, it has not close enough. Kirihara overcooks the braking a bit. Gonna lose a bit of time coming to the arena section. Looks like Chensoi is a lot faster in the arena section though. We'll see if Poofy Pillow mounts any defense for the silver class lead. So all three silver class drivers just under a blanket, effectively. And if you ever heard of the Truly train, you're gonna hear the Pillow train now. Because it is absolutely a Poofy Pillow train going on here. Who's gonna be the first to derail it though? Chensoi might be. So Kirihara wants to become the conductor of this train as well. Just only a handful of car lengths between the top three and silver. Oh my gosh, Chensoi nearly loses it. Is able to gather it up, but that would have been huge. Thankfully, everybody gets past with no drama. Kirihara narrowly avoids a spinning Chensoi, and Chensoi is able to get it straight, pointed straight ahead. What a save from Chensoi, but he's going to be kicking himself for that mistake. So Poofy Pillow stays at the head of the silver class and is still an overall podium position driver. So great result for Poofy Pillow if they can hang on. Ryuma Kirihara, meanwhile, still actually has Aresuka Kyoso on his rear view mirror. Meanwhile, at the lead, Meister Amber has pulled out a 15-second gap to Lucas Lichten. Lucas Lichten just running away with second place here, but Meister Amber with the fastest lap of the 155.190. Nobody's been able to touch Meister Amber. Sticking to this lead battle. I mean, not this lead battle, but it feels like a lead battle. The Poofy Pillow train starting to form once again. Now Ryuma Kirihara has a shot to get back the silver class lead. We'll see what Poofy Pillow has to offer in terms of defensive maneuvers. Behind, you can see Psycho Kaiza and Aresuka Kyoso still trading blows. A lot to keep your eye on. Now Ryuma Kirihara stuck on the back of Poofy Pillow like glue. Is gonna try and take a better exit than Poofy Pillow, gets side by side with them. This might be for the silver class lead here. Who will brake later? Who will be braver on the brakes? Looks like Poofy Pillow has a better exit speed here, actually. Kirihara might be better on the brakes here. Hard on the brakes, stomping on them nearly. Poofy Pillow will lose the silver class lead. Actually, no! He's able to hang on just for a split second. They make contact. Door banging forces Poofy Pillow off. And that will be Kirihara to the point of the silver class. The Aresuka Kyoso will find this as an opportunity to slip on past. Not able to complete the pass though. So now just stuck behind the 128 car of Kirihara. Kirihara might have to be very mindful of any sort of lunges Aresuka Kyoso will take though, because Aresuka Kyoso is probably really frustrated with this race overall. Had a few mistakes, and then got taken out by Kagura Mashiro. Kirihara now leads this train of cars, as Chensoi is now able to catch back up with this pack. Meanwhile, they've lost a lot of time to Lucas Lichten, so Lucas Lichten just comfortably in the second position. As Icer Amber is even more comfortable with a big lead, about, I want to say 16 seconds. Yes, 16 seconds. Kirihara might be able to make a little bit of a gap here. Oh, Reisco Kyoso gets really loose in the entry of the chicane. It might give Seiko Kaiser an opportunity to attack here. And now Poofy Pillow is getting caught by Ivano Chensoi. And it looks like Ryoma Tateyama is back on track, though they are 7 laps down, unfortunately. Here it is, a battle for second place in silver class. Chensoi closing the gap to Poofy Pillow. So we gotta be careful because there might be a battle brewing for the AM class, so keeping an eye on the lead in AM. Will Zen Q be able to retake the lead from Zanes? Pillow has lost a lot of ground on the battling two cars of Seiko Kaiza and Riska Kyoso. It looks like Zen Q has gotten past Kagura Mashiro, so Zen Q, excuse me, is now only about a second behind iMetric Zane, so that might be something to look out for as there's only 4 minutes left in the session. About 3 laps maybe to do anything to regain that lead and take a sweep of the third round of the Vtracc challenge. Meanwhile, Kirihara has pulled a pretty mean gap to Riska Kyoso. So that mistake in the chicane might put it in jeopardy. Lucas Lichten just alone in second, and Icer Aramba just comfortably kicking up their feet in the first position. Maya Neko there. Then it's Faru Okami. See, there is Zen Q, and now they're on the back of iMetric Zanes, so iMetric Zanes gotta look out for them. Meanwhile, this battle still rages on for the final podium on the on the pro class podium. However, it's not going to be an overall podium, surprisingly, for the pro class drivers. We might only have 2 laps to go, so Psycho guys that might have to scramble to make a move here. Yes, looks like it'll be 2 to go. Once Icer Amber crosses the line, it'll be 1 to go, so Icer Amber will get the white flag as they cross the line. Meanwhile, Chancellor still has not been able to get past Poofy Pillow. Icer Amber has seen the white flag, so 1 lap to go for them. Chancellor battling for second in silver. This would be a great result for Poofy Pillow if they can keep this up. Oh, it's become a train here for third overall on the podium, so Roysko Kyosa might have a chance after all for the podium spot here. We'll see if he mounts an attack too far in turn 1. Now through the arena section they go. Risco Kyoso peeking into that very small gap, though that would be very ambitious. So Risco Kyoso stays seated behind Kirihara, but Psycho Kaiser's behind looking to see if Risco Kyoso makes any mistake and just sneak on past for that final podium spot in Pro. Meanwhile, the battle for the AM class lead is on. Zen-Q has definitely completed the recovery drive and now is in the lead of the AM class. What a great performance from Zen-Q to get back that lead after a lap 1 calamity. Will they be able to hang on from iMetric Zane? iMetric Zane's going to make a move here. Nearly get to the back of the 47 car, but everything's fine. Risco Kyoso's around. Risco Kyoso is around. What's happened here? Just loses the back end of the R8. Unfortunate for him, he's going to be stuck in the 5th position and gives the last podium spot of Pro away to Psycho Kaiser. Psycho Kaiser now into 3rd position of Pro as Icer Amber crosses the line and convincingly wins. Lucas Lichten will be in 2nd. Kirihara, if he sticks in this position, will be the winner in silver once again, I believe. But still, the battle for AM rages on. Risco Kyoso is off again in the chicane. Oh my goodness. Gets back on the track. Just goes from bad to worse for him. AM driver's gonna have to avoid a spinning. Oh my goodness! Oh no! Carnage in the last lap on the last turn for AM. Zen-Q just hit the pit wall, and Zanes will take the win for AM. Oh my goodness! And oh, what is going on here? Tempers are flaring here. We're gonna have to take a look at this once again between Zanes and Zen-Q. What's going on here? Zen-Q had this in the bag, but then had to avoid a slow Risco Kyoso. I see Kaguramashu there in the background, just lurking behind these two AM class drivers battling for their win. Coming into the chicane. Zen-Q had to try their best to avoid Risco Kyoso. Gets into the curb, but just hits the curb, hits the inside wall. Collects iMetric Zanes, but Zanes is able to get away with it and comes away with the AM class win. What a finish. Oh my goodness. So it'll be a win for Icer Ambra. And then it will be Ryuma Kirihara winning in silver for race 2. And then iMetric Zanes with an insane finish, rounding out your winners for the third round of the Vtracc challenge. Oh my goodness. What a race that was. Let's catch our breath once again. Let's take a look at the standings. These standings will definitely shake up quite a bit. Right now, the VTuber racing team definitely lose a lot of points to Technoburst Racing. Technoburst Racing had a great result today. But that is going to do it for today's race. In today's broadcast. Thank you everybody for watching the third round of the Vtracc challenge, brought to you by tracc.eu and powered by the SimGrid. Here at tracc.eu we have a number of events going on here. We have the GTC Cup going on Sundays, every other Sunday. That consists of Spec Cup cars, and then the Premier Sim Racing Series of the tracc.eu GT3 Cup. That is next Saturday. Be sure to tune in for that. I believe V4H will also be going on as well. But other than that, thank you so much for everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the racetrack. Goodbye for now.